right, welcome to the second game of the evening. First review proper um, in Musashi versus Cthulhu. Musashi versus Cthulhu is a fast-paced action game where you take control of Musashi, the most famous warrior from feudal Japan, i.e. Morimoto Musashi,
Mm,
as he is fighting for his
Miyamoto.
life. Hmm?
Miyamoto.
Yeah. Anyway, uh, the Ronin is a victim of a terrible curse that makes him a target for the unspeakable monsters. Must have done something particularly egregious to, anger an elder god.
it happens.
Like, mm,
Great old one. Elder gods are a different thing. But I know what you mean.
yeah. Anyway, so this game was rotated in to Petty, to cover for a game that we're having some problems with.
Mm.
So over to him for the details.
So this is... It's really hard to, kind of go into what this is, because it's almost like a rhythm game, but it's not on beat. Like, I've played
Mm-hmm.
rhythm games like this. I have the controls up here. You are stuck in the middle of the screen, and the only way you move is by attacking to your left or to your right. And as you can see, you can hit high left, mid left, low left, high right, mid right, low right, and then there's also a taunt button. So basically,
Show me moves.
there are the enemies will come at you from either side, and you have to hit their weak spot.
Isn't that how one of those really, really early martial arts games worked?
Probably. I definitely
Not too,
seen. Go
not
ahead.
too far off the mark, but
Yeah.
this is even limited by those standards. Like Kung Fu Master, you could still move freely to left to right, or
Yeah.
right to left. Initially.
And then as you get further, things start getting different. Like each of the bugs correspond to a different button press. This seems to be like designed for the Xbox controller, which is not great. Because I find the best way to play this is with a stick where the arrow buttons and the face buttons are at the same level. So like the Switch Joy-Cons, the PlayStation controller, stuff like that. But right now I'm playing this on my PlayStation 5 controller, and it's still giving me Xbox input. So I don't know if this is something
That's
the devs need to sort out, because there is a PlayStation version of this. I did a little bit of looking, so clearly they have access to use the PlayStation font stuff, like the
mhm.
character legend stuff. So I don't know if they need approval from Sony to put that in here, or if somebody just forgot, or if it's something stupid with Steam where it's not passing through that it's a PlayStation controller.
And I assume that if you're having trouble with the rhythm stuff, it doesn't have a latency adjuster or anything?
It's not rhythm. You
Oh,
just
just...
you
Okay.
hit them as the things come onto the screen. Like you can turn on the they call it like help UI or whatever. It basically tells you like once the Y button shows up on screen, the enemy is in range to hit, and you can
Okay.
hit them. So like if you were watching this, oh wait, what? Okay, I just kind of lagged out there for a second. And then there are also a whole bunch of other things, like that bar that is filling up on the well, that was filling up on the upper left of the screen. There, I wish I could pause with that up. The 3 swords are my health, and that bar that is there, if I get a like input wrong, as long as I swing, it will bounce them back, and I don't take any damage from that. If I don't have that gauge full, when like something tries to swing at me,
So it's like an emergency bomb.
it's an emergency block.
Bullet hell.
Yeah. And then, as you can kind of see, there are, like, you can kind of start getting in a rhythm on, like, the not cultist guys. Like, those little grubs are always down attacks. The red insects are always mid attacks, and the yellow insects are always high attacks. The big green ones are double hits. And then the further you get in, there is also cultists with 2 weak spots that you need to hit. And then there is a leaderboard here, like always. There's a compendium, so you can see, some lore. Talks about the cultists, the insects, the maggots, and then
Known things that Cthulhu has any association with at all.
I mean, cultists, yeah.
Cultists, yeah, not even deep ones. Deep ones are more of a Dagon thing.
Yeah,
whatever.
but they take some liberties. Oh well. And then you have
It's more the maggots and the insects are like, okay, I get that they're filler.
Yeah. And then there's, your leaderboards. I think the leaderboards are a relatively recent feature. They have achievements, which I believe these are tied to Steam achievements. But because they're, also in-game, if you wipe your save file, you still have achievements to unlock. Hooray! And that's really it. As far as music goes and art, I mean, very much Eastern style all around. Gameplay is fine. I've definitely played games like this before. Like, there have been several on Xbox. Just like Xbox indie stuff. So this isn't like breaking new ground, and obviously, well, I think this is like, what, the 5th or 6th time Cthulhu has been invoked on this program?
Probably more.
I'm being low end generous on that. So yeah, clearly the combination of like Eastern and Cthulhu are fairly novel. I mean, it's congratulations, you found one of the few combinations that haven't been done to death yet. Good job.
I do like how it's using the seemingly official Call of Cthulhu font.
Yeah. What are we looking at price-wise, Adam?
Pretty reasonable, pretty affordable at $4.99, so $5.
And is that just PC, or is it price parity across other systems?
Let me check on that, because I'm not 100% sure.
Because
I think that might be the case, because Qbyte, I want to say, is the publisher across the entire field.
And that Qbyte's generally price parity unless, like, something really gets
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, the Switch version is $5. Xbox is $5. It's $5.
Honestly, if you have a controller, if you don't have a controller, I probably wouldn't suggest looking at this game because I tried with keyboard and it's doable, but if your hand slips off the keys, you're screwed. You're a lot better with a controller with the limited inputs. And also, if you don't have an Xbox controller, I would not suggest getting it on PC unless the issue that's happening with me is just because of Steam being stupid. Because I have had Steam do it where I'm using a PlayStation controller. The game clearly supports PlayStation Legend, but it's not giving it to me because Steam is running it through a compatibility layer to make it think it's an Xbox controller.
Mm.
So, if any of that's a problem, I'd just suggest go get it on console. I mean, yeah, you'll pay $1 more, but $5 is still all more than all right for this.
I mean, no, it's $5 across the board.
Oh, even on PC?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said 4 a second ago.
$4.99,
Oh,
$5.
all right. Then yeah. Honestly, the game, I wouldn't say it's a must play, but it's an interesting time waster. So if you have a Steam Deck, a Switch, this would probably be more where you'd use it for. You'd pick this up for like, I got 20 minutes to burn, let's go get a new high score. Not like, I'm gonna be, I have an afternoon to kill. This isn't your afternoon kill, this is your, I got 20 minutes waiting for the bus type situation. Or I'm sitting here in the doctor's office, type deal. So yeah, I think that's it for me, unless you guys have any questions or comments.
Nope.
And yeah, Sergeant, it is very pick up and play. Yeah, it's very much a time filler. Like, there's no meaningful story other than a little bit in the compendium. It doesn't really go into why Musashi is fighting Cthulhu. It's just happening. Go kill his minions. So yeah, I think that's it from me.
Okay,
So,
then.
yep.
All right, so that'll about do it for this game. Be sure to tune in after the break as the Galax reviews NBB.exe.